Okay, what is this? This is me, Mike Messier, your buddy, and what the hell am I looking at? This is a pitch I did years ago for a TV show, and I guess I'll just read the fucking pitch. I guess I'll read the cover letter first. You saw the fucking thing. I'll show it to you again real quick. The Mike Messier show, Cybill Shepherd. Now, obviously, just for legalities, she never did the show. The show never happened to the level I wanted it to happen. So I did the whole cover letter to the agent or the manager, whoever the fuck. Dear such and such, this is the manager I wrote it to, not to her directly, Beverly Hills. I worked with Cybill Shepherd in the Mario Van Peebles film Hard Luck. In fact, Miss Shepherd personally chose me to play her son Eugene in the movie. Per my conversation with such and such from your office, I am sending you my proposed variety reality fantasy pitch for the Cybill Shepherd show, for Cybill Shepherd and the Mike Messier show. I have produced and hosted a Best Series award-winning public access show here in Rhode Island for 5 years. Now I look to take my show national, and I would love to reunite with Cybill in this adventure. I am asking for your and Cybill's permission to use her name as an intended party as I pitch my show to networks and producers. I am closing my DVD pitch, blah, blah, blah. So then we can move on to what's the goddamn pitch. See, this show will never happen now because it was refuted, ignored. Or it wasn't even ignored, it was just said no. So here's the goddamn pitch. Why am I talking about this now? It's called Cleaning Out the Closet. Cleaning Out the Apartment. The Mike Messier Show, where reality meets fantasy. Portrait of the American Dreamer. Mike Messier is an unusual guy who develops an imaginary relationship with the actress Cybill Shepherd based on a real film in which Mike played Cybill's son. Mike Messier hosts a public access variety reality TV show based out of Providence, Rhode Island. For years, Mike has struggled to get himself and his show noticed. In late 2005, Mike thought he had the game won when he landed a role in the film Hard Luck as Cybill Shepherd's mentally challenged son, Eugene. Unfortunately, the film Hard Luck went straight to video, and Mike has had a hard time dealing with the fact that his big break was not really a breakthrough at all from his life in a messy and dusty apartment. Mike's creative imagination develops a relationship with his mom from Hard Luck, Cybill Shepherd herself. Like Glinda from The Wizard of Oz, Godmother Cybill offers encouragement, advice, and good-natured teasing. Like the early days of Big Bird and Snuffleupagus, Godmother Cybill visits Mike in his apartment only when he is alone. So then I continue to make the TV show, and Cybill basically pops in as this godmother type to help me with my life when I'm dealing with trying to make a big deal out of myself. So the show is about the guy trying to make the show. He's having frustrations because he's still in fucking Rhode Island, and Cybill Shepherd as the godmother comes in. So obviously, I did a lot of work on this goddamn pitch as far as, the typed documents, cover letters. I mean, going back in time, probably the move would have been if I had an entertainment lawyer or an agent of some ilk represent this cause, but they did look at it. I mean, the basic thing, I made the contact, I had the right people to send it to, and they politely refuted. So there's really no, there is a point to this video that I'm making currently, which is so many years later, which is really just frustration and angst and anger. But people will often say, oh, Mike, whatever happened to this? Whatever happened to that? And they just don't know that I do follow up on these goddamn things, and I try to make these things happen, and a lot of times they just don't fucking happen because people are doing other projects or they don't give a flying fuck, and no matter how good an idea is or how well it's presented, people just don't give a fucking shit sometimes. Sometimes they do. So it's just Mike Messier. Who would this video now be good for? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, is it good for me? Is it entertaining? Probably not. But you just see a guy, me, who's, and how many years ago was this? 10? 11? And I'm holding on to this goddamn thing. And obviously, nobody gives a flying shit. But it's here. I mean, isn't that nice? Doesn't that look nice? Wouldn't you watch that goddamn show? I would.